Hi, I'm Rebecca Reed, a part of the Outreach Department here at the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History. I want to thank you for joining us for some of our Pi Day celebration. And what this video is going to talk about is some circle-related artwork. Now, if you've watched some of our other videos, you know that pi is a mathematical concept that we use when we're working with circles. And so because of that, we're going to make some circle art. So first I'm going to tell you about a little bit about the artist who inspired today's project. So there is an artist named Kandinsky, and he was born in Moscow in December of 1866. He lived to be 77 years old, and so he passed away in 1944. Now, he was a painter, and he was a pioneer of abstract art, and he's known for his innovative use of color and the representation of music through art. And one of his most well-known images is, interestingly enough, not one of his paintings. It's actually a color study he did, and it's called Squares with Concentric Circles. And you can see that it's basically a series of squares and there's concentric different color circles. And a color study is where an artist is kind of looking at how different colors look together and how different combinations change the way the colors look, and it helps them kind of plan out an art piece prior to making one. So it is kind of funny that basically his doodle is kind of this popular picture that he's most well known for. So today we're going to be making our own squares with concentric circle style art. And so here's a sample I made. I'm going to kind of walk you through the steps and get you guys started. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to want to get a square sheet of paper. Now you may, my square is 9 inches by 9 inches. And so that's the size square I had, but you may realize that your page is smaller or larger. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to divide that square up into squares, an even number of squares. So with mine, I had 3 3-inch squares by 3 3-inch squares, and it worked out perfectly, the math. So you may also want to think about that. If your paper isn't square, you could potentially have a 4th row if you wanted, or you can make it a different shape, but I'm doing it this way. Then the next thing you're going to need is so you're going to take that ruler and you're going to measure it out to make those squares, those nice even squares. Now you're going to want to get your paints. Now, the original piece of art was done with a few different mediums. It was kind of a mixed media piece. They used, I think, crayon and charcoal or oil pastels, watercolor, some different things. But today, I'm going to be using acrylic paint. If you don't have acrylic paint, you could use tempera paint or watercolor paint or just crayons or markers. It doesn't really matter. And so you're just going to need a variety of different colors, just like in the original picture, he used all different colors. And since I'm using acrylic paint, I can clean that up with water. And I have a little palette here to put my different colors in. And so acrylic paint, you're just going to want to pick out some different colors. It doesn't really matter what order or anything or what colors you use, because as you can see, this is kind of a very colorful type of art with lots of different pictures. But you want to get those colors and get them out where you can use them. And then you're going to start painting. And if we remember what the original looked like, it had a bunch of concentric circles. That means circles that are inside of each other, kind of like a bullseye. And so you're going to want to take your paintbrush and you're just going to start painting. So for instance, I might make a blue circle in the middle. And you can see, so I have that first circle. Now, something else to remember about the picture, you may feel like you can't paint really exact circles, that your circles look wobbly. But if you remember back to that first picture, his circles weren't perfect. He didn't use a compass or a stencil to make perfect circles. The point of the circles was to look at how the colors play together. So don't worry about making it perfect. That's not the point. The point of art is to have fun and try different things. So you can see, there's my second circle. So I'll just do one block for you guys to see, and then you guys can decide how you want to do yours. And you can just do your painting. If you use watercolors, you'll find that your different colors will kind of bleed and blend together, which is a really neat effect. You don't get that with the acrylic paints, however. They stay kind of where you put them, which is good for some projects and not great for others. And then you want to do a nice, I'll show you my next circle. And then my last circle is going to be yellow. And so you just want to paint that. And as you're working on these projects, remember that it's Pi Day and that's why we're doing a circle art project, we'd also would love to see your Pi Day pictures. So feel free to share those with us at the museum. Okay, so there you can see I did one whole square, and you just work through your page and do that. And so I'll show you my finished one again. And while it's not the same as the original, it's a really fun circle art project to do. I want to thank you guys for joining us today with the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History and our Pi Day celebration. We hope to see you soon. Thanks and have a great day.